Did you, well, what celebrity at that time influenced you the most that you met?
Shelley Winters, I met, you know, we call her my godmother, but in actuality I was 18 when I met her. And she took me in because she realized that my mother was around the clock busy, and so she became my mother, and that involved me living with her in New York and out here in LA.
How did you meet her?
There was an audition at the Actors Studio that I auditioned for called Days of the Dancing, and she was the star, and a guy named Timmy Everett was directing. And I auditioned to play a dancer who was on an LSD trip, and so that was easy. I had done LSD, I had danced, and she thought I was so remarkable doing what we call private moments in the Actors Studio. And since you said you liked Anna, there were a lot of, remember Me with the Cockroach?
Yes.
A lot of moments in Anna where there's nobody else but me and whatever's going on with my brain. And so Shelley told Lee Strasberg, you have to get this girl in the Actors Studio. She's phenomenal. No one's looking at me on stage. So I auditioned like everybody else, but Lee did take me in at the age of 17 or something. I became the youngest member there. It was at a time when Geraldine Page and Rip Torn and Paul Newman and Joanne Woodward and in my class, Al Pacino and Dustin Hoffman. And then I brought Bobby De Niro to the Actors Studio, and he became a member. And I introduced Bobby to Shelley, now that I remember. And she introduced Bobby and me to Roger Corman, and Roger put him in his first movie, Bloody Mama, first Hollywood movie. I was supposed to be in it too.
Roger made so many stars to launch their
And
careers.
Roger kind of mentored me. He taught me how to produce, he taught me how to direct, he had me cast his movies and Julie Corman's movies. So because of Shelley, I became best friends with Roger, you know, and that's been decades and decades and decades, you know.
Is he still around today?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, now he's doing production for television. Yeah, made over 500 films.
So what did that feel like at such a young age, and Shelley Winters was such a big star?
Well, again, I learned so much, you know.
And for her to take you under, what did you learn from her? What pearls of wisdom did she share? You actually introduced me to her. We went to her home together, yes.
Really?
Yes, and she told me, what are you wearing high heels for? Take off those shoes.
I told you the same thing here.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh, but she just thought high heels were bad for the back, and whoever created those, get rid of them.
She had her Oscar, you remember, on the mantelpiece, and she had a bust of Marlon Brando or something. Well, that's how I met her. Shelley taught me that you have to know what's going on in the world. It can't be about acting. You can't just be self-involved. You have to read the papers every day, which I do.
That's what Stella Adler also said.
Yeah. You have to really understand on an international level of what humanity's going through. And you have, when you can, you have to do plays and films and television that has some kind of social meaning. Like this movie I'm doing now, Archaeology of a Woman. The woman has Alzheimer's and dementia. And she's dealing with a tremendous amount of guilt from a crime she was involved with 30 years before. And everything that can unravels in her life, and including her relationship with her daughter, which is real hate-love. And so she ends up dealing with the Alzheimer's very much alone, without family help, really. And many people have come up to me at the film festivals and whatnot and said, oh my God, that was my mother, that was my grandmother, that was my grandfather. And they cry. And
yeah, what a perfect role for you.
Yeah.
After seeing Anna, you have the capability of going so deep and so raw, I think more than any actress that I've ever witnessed.
Oh, Lisa, thank you.
I mean, it's extraordinary. And I'm looking at some of the reviews here.